Mounting tensions between Russia and Ukraine and its allies continue to spook investors away from equity markets in search of safe havens. That's driven gold prices to the highest level in 8 months. And oil prices are hovering near the highest level in 8 years as investors worry about potential sanctions against Russia, one of the world's largest exporters of fuel. That's driven up prices at the pump to record highs in the UK, while consumers in many other countries are also facing steep increases in fuel costs. Meanwhile, stocks in the Asia-Pacific region are mostly in the red, taking cue from a negative close in US markets last night. European markets are also trending lower at the start of trade today. For more on this now, let's go to Craig Erlam, Senior Market Analyst at OANDA. Craig, many thanks for being with us this morning. First of all, how critical is the situation? And from now on, what sectors of the capital markets are likely to be more impacted?
Well, if the commentary from various world leaders is to be believed, then this is a critical situation, which is why we're seeing so much risk aversion in the financial markets. And I think as the week continues, if we don't see an invasion and we start to see Russian troops moving away from the border, then I think that will alleviate some of these concerns, and we could start to see a little bit of risk appetite returning. But until we see that, and assuming that an invasion could or will happen, then I think there's a number of sectors which are still going to be vulnerable in the markets. I think consumer sectors in particular are vulnerable, and the reason for that is we're dealing already with high inflation around the world, and we're dealing with, as you've just mentioned, record prices at the pump. We're seeing high energy costs. We're seeing a cost of living crisis ultimately in the UK and many other countries. And what won't help that is becoming involved in a conflict with Russia, which could potentially see oil prices rising quite aggressively once more, given how important Russia is in terms of oil production. And then also gas prices and energy prices more broadly as well. Again, we know how important Russia is as a supplier of natural gas to Europe. So this is not in anyone's best interest ultimately. And if things do deteriorate further, I think we will start to see some of these prices rising. And areas like the consumer sector will come under some pressure, but we're also seeing some pressure in things like financials as well. So I think the pain will be felt more broadly, but there are some sectors which stand to lose more than others.